On the national level, I want to go back to what we were talking about, the snowstorms happening in other parts of the country, dumping a lot of snow. In fact, it left more than 200,000 people without power. It stopped travel in the air and on the roads.
And you know that has a ripple effect. 2 days later, some airlines still dealing with the storms that's already moved out. 12 News journalist Justin Pizzera live at Sky Harbor for us this morning. A bit of a travel headache. We thought that we could catch our breath after the holiday travel and how wild that was, but now we got storms to deal with.
Yeah, imagine, Emma, if this storm would have hit just last week when we saw one of the busiest travel days in the country. It really would have been a mess. And this is still a mess today. Some of these airlines are still trying to play catch up from this massive storm that dumped so much snow. I just talked to a gentleman. He's waiting here for his family to see if they can get on a flight to Kansas City. That flight takes off at 6:45, so fingers crossed that they get out. They've been trying to get out since Sunday, so they're just waiting and seeing. And I just talked with an airport worker here just seconds before we came on and found out the Southwest did add another flight to Kansas City this afternoon at 12:30, just trying again to play catch up with all of these folks. So all of that snow, it does translate into a travel headache, especially in Kansas City. Some parts of that town saw 14 inches of snow. Here at Sky Harbor, there's just a handful of cancellations right now. The majority of them are in those cities where that storm did hit. There are a few flights already canceled to the Baltimore and Washington area because of this storm. There's also canceled flights to St. Louis and Omaha out of Sky Harbor. But passengers flying out of Washington, D.C., they're going to see the biggest problem. At this point this morning, there are 38 cancellations there. So here in Arizona, though, we aren't really seeing any snow other than the man-made stuff at Snow Bowl. Tourists in Arizona too did want to see some of that snow to ski up in Flagstaff, maybe see the Grand Canyon covered in snow. That is not happening, at least at this point. Our neighbors in California also dealing with no snow. The folks up in Big Bear, they're also dealing with that lack of snow. The Big Bear Resort, they can only operate some of their lifts, and even the conditions to make some of that man-made snow, that isn't even the best. So, but things could be changing. That's what Ginger says here in the next couple of days. So again, though, if you are headed out here to Sky Harbor trying to get back to the Midwest or the East Coast, just check those airlines. It does seem like things are changing here constantly. Like I just said, Southwest just added another flight this afternoon at 12:30, trying to play catch up and get these passengers back home. We're live in Sky Harbor this morning. Justin Pizzera, 12 News, Today in AZ.
Yeah, well, like you mentioned, it's always a ripple effect. So you have to see, and then it's a catch-up game to try and get everybody where they need to go. So Justin, thank you so much.